Ionescu in the blue corner, black trunks. And just to make things simple, Brocklesby in the red corner, also in the black trunks. Ionescu, taller, leaner fighter. Looks like he's going to have the range advantage. Touch gloves to get underway. Orthodox for Ionescu, southpaw for Brocklesby. And a good knee to the body there, but Brocklesby drives him to the fence. He looks like he's under the hips, and he's going to take him for a ride. Ionescu does the right thing though in there, bouncing straight back up, not allowing Brocklesby to set his position.
That's so frustrating and such an important trait to have, not conceding the takedown. Just because you get taken down doesn't mean you have to just, all right, I'm down. Personally, if I take someone down that just accepts it, I love life. When you take down the guy who just bounces right back up, it's like, man, I just spent all that energy to get you here. Stay down, dude. That is so frustrating and such a way to break another opponent mentally.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I've said it before, another good takedown there for Brocklesby. But there's something to be said about, yeah, there is technique in getting back up, but a lot of that is in a mentality, as you say, not accepting it.
Not accepting it. You're absolutely right. All the technique in the world doesn't matter if you don't have the focus or the determination to drive for it.
But Brocklesby has grounded Ionescu at this point, managed to contain him a little bit. You can see he's staying head into the chest, very tight, trying to take up all that space between them, because that's where Ionescu will try and create some space.
Well, right now, Ionescu's making the mistake of closing guard. You can't close guard with your head against the cage. Even Damian Maia, the greatest jiu-jitsu competitor ever to compete in MMA, he opens his guard when he gets that close to the cage. You have to. It becomes a wrestling match at that point.
Brocklesby there, slid past the guard into side control. Very strong, good crossface. Looks briefly for the knee on belly, but I think he's quite happy to contain Ionescu at this point. Just ride a bit of time, spend a bit of time riding from the top, and then see what openings come up. But Ionescu planting off the cage.
Oh, he's trying to do the step over to the beatdown position. Being patient is a good thing when you're on top. Gravity's on your side, making sure you don't make a mistake, because those mistakes are going to help your opponent. He's at a disadvantage right now. He's on side control on the bottom. Any mistakes is going to improve his position and decrease yours. So you want to be patient, look for opportunities, but stay busy.
Yeah, and he's managed to, as you say there, close his guard up again.
That's actually an advantage for the top guy. I got to be honest with you. I'd rather, if I was on bottom, let someone pass my guard so I can rotate down to a turtle or referee's position, get to my knees so I can start working my way up the cage. Having someone between your legs and head trapped, you don't have a guard right now. You can't pivot from side to side. It's actually a horrible position to be in, and if I was the top, I would say don't pass, just beat them up.
Yeah, and it looked like Ionescu got his feet briefly on the hips, looked like he might try and push Brocklesby away. We heard the 10-second clapper, so he gets to the position, but just in the nick of time. Well,
it's funny how that can actually go one of two ways. I've seen brothers where they're similar, but I've also seen brothers where the strength of one brother becomes the strength of defending on the other side of the other brother, meaning that one guy's great at taking shots, and all of a sudden the other brother's phenomenal at stopping shots because they have to always battle against each other in the gym.
Yeah, Brocklesby closes the distance there. There's been a couple of occasions where...
Oh, hands are connected.
Yeah, the arguing where you stop the brothers from sparring each other because they get too carried away.
I've been around that many a times when family members make the worst training partners.
Big air miles there. Brocklesby dumping Ionescu to the canvas once again. Takes a solid position. Dropping the right hand through. Does the right thing there, closing the distance. Taking that knee shield away.
Yeah, and right now, if I was in Brocklesby's corner, I'd tell him to stay in the guard and just unleash punishment. Because right now, Robert Ionescu is not doing the proper things as far as cage fighting is concerned. He's doing too much jiu-jitsu, and that's coming from me. At that point, when you're that close to the cage, again, it turns into a wrestling match. You want to be able to get to your knees, get to a foot, get up the cage. You don't want to be trapped there. There's very few submissions, very few sweeps that are actually going to work because of where you're at.
Yeah, tried a little bit there to do the wall walk, but Brocklesby just wise to it. Keeps him pinned to the mat. And, you know, as I say, he's not giving up too much at this point. Not giving away too many strikes, just keeping his man closed down, chest to chest. not giving much room to manoeuvre as Ionescu tries to wall walk again.
Well, maybe be able to pull out an armbar here. Oh, I have seen some reverse triangles thrown up from there. And again, they're just not high percentage. Right now, I always say play the percentages. And the percentages right now, Brocklesby's in a much better position. He doesn't have someone else's weight on his chest beating down on him. He's not fighting gravity. Gravity is his friend. Where Ionescu is all the opposite. Right now, he's fighting gravity. Look at that knee in the face. Good position. Every strike comes down and has weight behind it, gravity. You can't strike hard from the bottom. And you can't pivot for submissions because you're trapped against the cage.
Yeah, and he's eating a couple of big hammer fists there, Ionescu. And he keeps going to the wall walk. He might be better off trying to shrimp the other way and get his back to the fence to try and work up that way. But Brocklesby dominating this second round. Big body shots.
I like it. A lot of guys forget to go for the body, and it's an open area.
Yeah, he looked to trap that arm again. Ionescu was wise to it that time, but with longer left in the second round, if he can get the arm trapped, it'll be a difficult spot for the Scunthorpe man. Gets up to his knees, did a good job.
Oh, but he did the right thing to go to his knee and grab the single. Oh,
the 10-second clap has gone. Brocklesby looks for the choke.
First tactical error that I can really point at right there, but with only 10 seconds left, I guess going for broke isn't such a bad idea. He's fighting the hardest fight possible, being stuffed against the cage the way he is. You know, it looks like he really favors jiu-jitsu and he likes it, but there's a spot for every aspect of our sport. The cage makes jiu-jitsu very difficult to do.
Absolutely, and a nice flicky head kick came up pretty fast there from Ionescu, but Brocklesby decides he wants none of that. Gets under the hips again, and he's going to carry him to his corner all the way. Stuffs him back down.
Great experience. Took him right to the corner, like you said, and now he can hear his corner talk to him. Perfect.
Yeah, and you know, onus at this point is on Ionescu to try and make something happen. He's 2 rounds down, he's on his back, and you know, he's really got to be working, trying to force that stand up, maybe making some frames, trying to get up to his right elbow.
He had the right idea there. This is the opportunity in the half guard. You want to put a butterfly in as the bottom fighter, so you can create space to use an elevator to get up, to either lift your opponent or to extend your hips out so you can rotate down. Right now, the half guard here is so limited. I mean, you might get a Kimura on the far side. There really is just not a lot of weapons here except for get up. And right now, the way he's stepping over the hips, he's trying to do jiu-jitsu. And again, the best practitioners in the world can't fight with their head against the cage.
Yeah, it's the you know, the little nuances that are specific only to MMA, as you mentioned, Frank. You've got the cage wall, and all of these things. Anything you might do on the mats in any other sport doesn't work when you're in this specific situation.
It is very much unique to our sport. Wrestling, judo, jiu-jitsu. Guess what? None of them compete against a wall. MMA, this is a whole aspect of our sport that no other sport has, that we've developed itself over the years. And the guys that understand how to fight well here do extremely well. The guys that don't train against a cage or a wall, they suffer when it comes time.
Yeah, and Brocklesby pounding away, does get the pass to side control. And controlling, nice and heavy, you know, centre of gravity is low, looking for like the Kezigatami type situation there. Good strong position. And at this point, you know, with maybe a minute left in the final round, it's got to be a Hail Mary.
Shoulder control there, huh? He even made him grimace.
Yeah, digging the head into the chin as well. That's helping to keep Ionescu pinned. And Brocklesby, you know, just grinding, making it ugly, controlling the match, getting the shots off when he can.
He's in complete control. I mean, he's been so busy. He is active. He's trying to punish them. There's no reason to stop this and start them up on their feet. If you're the referee, he's made this fight as easy as possible for the ref. He's causing damage, constantly improving his position. And now we heard the 10 seconds. It's an easy fight also on the judges to score.
And we are going to go to the judges for, I believe, the first time tonight.